Now, this is it. This is the game for third place, right?
Yeah, this is the game for third place. Decider match of $75. Either way, someone walks away with 100. Someone gets 175. This is all brought to you by our proud sponsors, Celsius. Sparkling orange energy drink is my favorite flavor of all of those. It is Celsius energy drink, and they are fantastic. It's a nice energy drink. No fat, no crash. Healthy energy. You actually burn calories by drinking it. That's a little ridiculous to believe, but that is what they say, and that is what I believe, because why would they lie to me? Anyway, definitely check them out. They're on Amazon, they're on 7-Eleven, they're in all these Vitamin Shop and GNC and all these health stores. They're endorsed by a lot of celebrities. Very legitimate situation.
Wow,
Top
that
of the game here.
babbling book straight away, giving Kahwiet the Firelands portal. That could dramatically pay off in the long run.
Yeah, Firelands Portal is ridiculous. I mean, can you imagine a Firelands Portal into a Doomguard? I can. I've seen it happen before. It's very ridiculous.
Yeah, I've had it happen before. Leroy or a Earth Elemental, they're the big ones. Oh, 3 missiles!
Incredible!
Right, they started playing very, very quickly, so we didn't get a chance to say, but these guys, it's a best out of 5 Conquest game. Each player had 1 ban. Icer took Hunter, Shaman, Druid, and Warrior, and of course the Warrior got banned. Kahwiet, however, took Druid, Shaman, Warrior, and Mage, and his Shaman got banned. Icer once again deciding not to ban the Warrior. What do you think about that?
I don't know. It seems to be a strategy that, well, I guess it didn't work in the semifinals, but maybe he's trying to target Warrior. We talked about this earlier. Warrior is just so ridiculously difficult to target, so I don't know what he's trying to accomplish here, but...
In a competitive environment like this, you probably expect it to be Dragon Warriors more often than not, but I think there are a lot of scenarios where, at the moment, where other Warrior decks are starting to become really viable.
Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of different archetypes that we have been talking about, but let's get some relevant information here. Icer is bringing Hunter, Druid, Shaman, Warrior. Like we said, the Warrior is banned. Kahwiet is bringing Druid, Shaman, Warrior, Mage. The Shaman is banned. And this looks like the Hunter's coming off to a wonderful start here.
It's great, although it is exactly the type of start that Tempo Mages are good at dealing with usually. However, the card that is so good at dealing with the type of start is, of course, the Arcane Missiles, which we did just see get completely wasted.
Not just the missiles, but also the Flame Waker. That would have been really nice here, too.
Of course, although there is no Flame Waker to be seen. So Kahwiet is just going to use his mana very efficiently to ping and then Arcane Blast the big bad wolf. Leaving Icer with only 3 damage on the board, which doesn't seem so bad yet.
Oh, and there's Barnes. Does it pull out the high main? Nope, Abusive Sergeant. Rip. Oh, well. Better
it's pretty incredible in a deck like Midrange Hunter, which I think usually, depending on the build, only has about 1 or 2 bad targets for Barnes compared to about 14 targets, which are good.
Yeah, especially considering the Abusive Sergeant is literally in hand, so they had to pick the only other card that's not that great here.
But even the cards like, so a Direwolf Alpha, obviously we can see the Wolf, Savannah Highmane, the Argent Horse Rider is also pretty good from Barnes. So many good picks. Infested Wolf.
I guess never lucky is what they say sometimes. So right now it's looking pretty neutral as to who has the lead, who doesn't, because, you know, Icer has legitimate cards and plays, and Kahwiet has Yogg-Saron in his hand, so who actually knows who's going to win here? Not me.
Well, it really depends how fast the Hunter can get Kahwiet down. He is dealing a fair amount of damage every turn, and with 2 Direwolves in hand, and an Abusive Sergeant, that damage is only going to go up and up until Kahwiet can start to clear this board.
Yeah, well, let's see if he can top deck a Flame Waker from this Arcane Intellect, and he does not, interestingly enough. Wow, well, he's faced with just a few damage on board, but that's slowly going to snowball, even with his Animal Companion. Let's see if it's Leok. It is! Wow, this is a lot of damage. And in a smart kind of strategy here, Icer is weaving in that hero power. As opposed to playing something like the Direwolf Alpha, he decides that he will just throw that hero power down. It's very useful. Now let's see. Is this a 4 or 5 taunt? It is not, and that heal is unfortunately a battle cry.
I think that maybe Icer was playing around Flame Strike there. You know, coming into turn 7, I could play all my cards. It's not going to. They're not going to survive Flame Strike. So instead, I'll just go face and then save them for next turn.
What was this trade about? That was You were just setting up for 2-turn lethal here, and instead you decided not to. I'm not quite sure why.
Yeah, that's right. Kahwiet would have had 2 health now.
So
He would have had 2 health now, right? Had everything gone face.
Would have just been a hero power.
Very
But either way, yeah, that's pretty darn unfortunate. Oh well, who needs that when you have Call the Wild?
That's lethal. That's
Yep.
lethal straight away. So despite not setting up for the 2-turn lethal, he gets it anyway.
I know what he did. He knew he was going to draw Call the Wild. Of course, that's the only reason he would do that.
It's just
and he
BM.
did.
It's
so
just BM.
everything's good. It's
Always
a
just
super
BM.
draw. Yeah, always Call the Wild. Always.
So that's the win for Icer's Hunter, leaving him with just Shaman and Druid. Meanwhile, Kahwiet still has to win with his Druid and his Warrior and, of course, his Mage.
Yeah, now his Druid is something that he just could not find the win with before against Cal, unfortunately. I mean, it seemed to be some type of Malygos Druid, although we never actually saw Malygos.
We never saw the Malygos, but I would say it's very likely that there is a Malygos in the deck.
Somewhere in there.
Everything else, all of the signs pointed towards it being that. But as we've been saying, Druid is such a versatile class right now that, I mean, I wouldn't quite expect to see a surprise Cthulhu show up, but who knows what else could be in the decks. Onyxia is a very common Druid card recently.
Yeah, especially since we saw some Savage Wars emerge, although I'm pretty sure those just came off Raven Isle, so I'm not positive.
Alright, so we're
Yeah,
gonna
now
have...
we actually see Kahwiet's Druid, Speak of the Devil, and we see Icer's interesting. Pretty sure that was a Totem Shaman, right? Or was that aggro?
It was a more mid-range
Totem Shaman, there it is.
Shaman. Yeah, a more mid-rangey Shaman. Whether or not it runs the Wicked Witch Doctor, I do not know. But this is definitely a more mid-range build.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly still call it Totem Shaman as long as it's running Mana Tides and the Thunderbluff Valiant. But yeah, it is definitely mid-rangey.
Alright, so... Okay, we're going to get Violet Teacher straight away, which I believe Icer's not going to be able to deal with just yet, depending on what else he picked. That Lightning Bolt is going to allow him to deal with it, while buffing the Trog, and also hitting the face for 2 damage. That was a really good pickup from Icer.
Yeah, that was a great pickup. Jeez. Unfortunately, this Trog could just, well, fortunately for Kahwiet, he has the Wrath to take out this Trog if he does so pleased to do, and it looks like he's going for it.
Yeah, leaving Icer with only 2 mana this turn. Unable to play his Manatide Totem, unwilling to play his Flame Tongue Totem. So,
yeah. Well, the reset happened. Now it's looking pretty favored for Kahwiet. He's able to Wild Growth into Living Roots if he wants to. I think Living Roots is a fine play here.
I think so too, and I would say picking up that Innovate was very, very important. It means that he can play Yogg Saron 2 turns earlier, and already he'll be playing it earlier than he originally should have been. So that could be a big difference. That could make a big difference if Icer does manage to get the board with that Thunderbluff Valiant.
Yeah, and it looks like Kahwiet chooses not to use the Living Roots. Instead, just leaving with Icer with the 1/1. It seems as though the 1/1 just wasn't enough of a threat for Kahwiet to answer with his Living Roots, and maybe he'll have some more potential with it later, possibly comboed with Malygos.
Yeah, absolutely. That's actually a very good point. It could be a good reason that he decided to hold it. Either that or he wants to use it for guaranteed removal a little bit later. I actually think that this mulch might have to come down this turn, although it's really...
I really don't think so. I think, if anything, you could probably just Living Roots the 2/2 and then Hero Power the 3/1.
Yeah.
I think the 0/3 on the board feels a little bad, but I don't think you want to commit so many resources to such small cards.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. It does feel awkward. It also feels awkward face tanking the 3 damage from the Searing Totem there.
Yeah. Well, oh man, he's going in with the mulch here, it looks like. Jeez, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about that one. He gave him an Infested Torn, which is just infinitely better than what he just got rid of, but... yeah.
I mean, this is the problem now, is that he's used up the mulch, so he's not able to deal with this Thunderbluff Valiant, which is just going to pick up a ridiculous amount of value and tempo over the next
It looks like the game is in Yogg's hands now.
And that Wild Growth was very, very important. He's able to actually clear all of the totems and set up for a Yogg Saron next turn, which could be his great comeback.
Yeah, and he definitely has the Living Roots here just to get the spell count going. Alrighty, well, we have one more turn before Yogg Saron. Do you think he's actually going to play it now?
Yeah, without a doubt. He needs, unless he somehow picks something up that can deal with this Thunderbluff Valiant, that Yogg-Saron seems to be the only answer, and I can't think of much else in the deck that would even deal with it this turn.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's see. And he got an Azure Drake off the top, which is not it, so he's going with the Yogg-Saron. The button is green, so the turn is done. Shiv, 1 damage onto your own face. Draw a card, let's see. Ice Barrier, that's +8. Maelstrom Portal, let's get 2 more of those, shall we?
Yeah, that's not bad.
Snake Trap, Arcane Explosion, 1 more. Evolve, 3-2. Gang up on the Valiant, it's yours now, I guess.
He would have loved to see
On
it
the hunt, ooh, missed the Manatide Totem, and that was the Yogg-Saron. That wasn't too bad.
It didn't quite clear the Thunderbluff Valiant, but it was not bad, and those secrets do seem very relevant as well.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what this Maelstrom Portal brings out. Oh my gosh, that Pit Snake is really good one drop.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. The
Jeez.
he's gonna. Oh, he got the spell out to him as well, allowing Lightning Storm to.
Is he gonna high roll?
Clear
Of
the
course,
board.
he's
There
gonna
it is.
high roll. Wow, that's. It's not frequently that you see someone
Wow.
Yogg and everything gets flipped out of favor for them. And oh wow, he chooses not to attack with the Manatide Totem or the Thunderblood Valiant in case it's the Explosive Trap.
Oh man, see, this is the problem. If that was Yogg-Saron that got ganged up there, or even Manatide Totem would have been more useful, but that Thunderbluff Valiant is gonna sit in the Druid's hand and not do anything.
Yeah, and unfortunately, because of this this wary strike from, or rather lack of strike from Icer, he really missed out on about 6 damage onto his opponent's face.
Yeah, this is looking very much like it's gonna be Icer's game again.
Oh man, yeah, Maelstrom Portal right off the top with that one. Definitely gonna do quite a good little trick there.
This is the problem. This is the reason that Midrange Shaman, ever since the Grand Tournament, has actually been so strong, is that if you can't deal with that Thunderbluff Valiant, it will pick up value every single turn. It's what the Inspire cards do, but what this Inspire card does best.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Very well said. Now it looks like you're just about to play out your hand here. Let's see if you could discover a Mulch or a Swipe. Nourish, Mark of the Wild, Force of Nature, none of these are quite what you're looking for. What would you pick up?
Yeah, I agree with the Nourish pick, absolutely, though. It's the only card that he can really pick that makes a difference. If he draws into cards like Swipe
there's
here,
the Swipe.
exactly, maybe
There's
another
Wrath.
Azure Drake or something. Another Wrath, that's very, very good as well.
You know, it would be really good. I think a Fandral off the top here would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would be, although it wouldn't allow him to... Oh, okay, so he could use it with the Wrath and the Power of the World, but it wouldn't do much with the Swipe.
Yeah, I mean, still, the Swipe would be solid here.
Notice that Icer there even played around Vaporize by heading with the weakest minion first. You don't know what to expect.
Yogg-Saron, you never know. Oh man, this Swipe is getting value.
That
Ooh, plus
Moonfire is
Moonfire.
not bad either.
Yeah, I'm about this one.
Though we still haven't seen Malygos in this deck.
We have yet to see Malygos. That is Mire Keeper, not Malygos. Maybe he was looking for an Azure Drake, but still wouldn't be able to pair with a Swipe. Now he's able to Moonfire and Mire Keeper, if he pleases, to finish off these 2 minions. You gotta get rid of the Healing Totem at this point.
Well, he can't.
Oof, unfortunately.
If that were a Keeper of the Grove, if this were the old days, then maybe, but...
Oh gosh, let's not. You brought me back to the old days of Druid again.
But at least the Thunderbluff Valiant has been dealt with, which means that Kahwiet does have...
Speaking of Thunderblood
Never mind.
Valiant,
I'll stop
hello!
I will stop talking.
That's not lethal.
It's not lethal, but it's a horrible board. And if I'm not mistaken, Kahwiet can't deal with the Thunderbluff Valiant again.
Yeah, that's... you know, if he... I was gonna say, if he picked up a Swipe there, he may have regretted not killing the Healing Totem.
No, man!
Oh, and no Swipe, and unfortunately that looks like Kahwiet has lost the game, putting them at a 2-0, well, putting Icer at a 2-0 lead. That is commanding.
Yeah, leaving him with only his own Druid deck left, which I believe was Beast Druid, if I remember correctly.
Yes, I believe it was. Wow, we get to watch Beast Druid again. How excited are you?
I mean, I've been saying since the card Menagerie Warden was announced that it was my pick for top card of the set. I really do think the card is that bonkers, and the Beast Druid is definitely viable now.
Yeah, I think it's really fun, really great, and it's just it's a new form of aggro out there. Who doesn't love a new form of aggro, huh?
Yeah. And yeah, Kahwiet is also choosing his Druid again, so we're gonna see once and for all whether this Druid deck is able to pick up a win.
Once and for all, can Druid get the win? The answer is yes, no matter what, because they're both playing Druid.
There's the Malygos. We've seen it. It's in the deck.
Oh wow, it's in the deck. That's not something I predicted. You know, this just didn't seem like Malygos Druid to me. Nope.
There's a pause there where I just click. Okay, it's sarcasm. All right. Okay. Druid of the Saber here seems like a relatively strong start. Although I'm sure part of Icer just wants to hero power.
Yeah, I think a hero power taking out the 1/1 is good here, but you want to know what's better? A refreshing sip of Celsius energy drink. No, just kidding.
I mean, that is probably better, to be fair.
Yeah, that is probably better than the hero power.
What I find strange about Icer's Beast Druid so far is that I don't think we've seen a Stranglethorn Tiger yet, which is... I mean, there's a lot of reasons Menagerie Warden is so strong, but that is the card that is the best combo, because if you play Stranglethorn Tiger in turn 5, you're guaranteed to get the combo off on turn 6.
Yeah, that is pretty true, but at the same time, you know, you could play this Savage Combatant and throw Menagerie Warden into that. Suddenly your hero power is giving you 5 attack.
And that's incredibly strong, assuming the Savage Combatant survives until turn 6, which... it looks like it's definitely going to be possible this game. I assume he's going to innovate out his hero power here and deal with the 3/3.
Yeah, it seems like the right play here. You take care of the 3/3, 3/2, and the 1/1, and suddenly you just have the board locked in.
Yeah, and how does Kahwiet deal with this Savage Combatant? Because again, it's not... Oh, okay, so the 1/1 survived, which is strange to me. Okay. So the Wrath is going to deal with it, but...
interesting.
Like the Thunderwolf Valiant, it's another one of those Inspire minions that if you can get it to stick early in the game, then the fact that your hero power just deals 3 damage is incredible.
Yeah,
it's hard to
you know what I think? I think that he did that on purpose. I think he enabled his opponent's ability to use spells to clear, so he could play another Savage Combat, have it stick, and then use the Menagerie Warden.
Ah, yeah, it's very interesting. And if that was his plan, then it definitely worked.
Definitely worked.
Because we're going to see Menagerie Warden come down now, copy the combatant,
and then we could have the Panther and the Raven trade, so everything just stays alive.
Yeah, well, I think the combatant's probably a little bit more likely to trade there.
It's vulnerable to swipe, but it didn't seem like his opponent had swiped before, and drew it off the top. Hard punish.
It is, but at the same time, what does swipe actually do here?
I mean, it clears off 10, 12, 14 power off the board.
14 power off the board, yeah, but it still leaves another 10 power
off
the board.
I guess it's still almost lethal, but I don't know.
I assume the Curator's going to come out now just because it fits so well on curve. I think that the Menagerie Warden has to trade with Violet Teacher, but other than that, Icer seems pretty safe right now.
Yeah, no, he still seems safe. I just get a little, oh, what Murloc? Oh, it's Finley. Okay, that makes sense.
And that Azure trait seems really strong right now. Next turn with Innovate and Swipe.
Yeah, that seems really great. And it looks like he's just going all face because the Curator, as I did not recall, is a taunt. So why do you...
yeah, that's the reason it's so strong. It's like it serves as doing both parts of what Ancient of Lore used to do. It draws 3 cards, whereas Ancient of Lore only used to draw 2, and it also taunts for 6 damage, which can be considered a heal for 6. So it's like it does both of what Ancient of Lore used to do.
Oh wow, it's like Ancient of Lore plus Fandral.
Yeah, Jeez. Exactly. But then with the condition of having to have the Beast and the Dragon and the Murloc in your deck.
I'm just thinking back to what would happen if Keeper and Lore were Fandrilled. Ugh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chills when that happens.
But I don't really see how Kahwiet comes back from this now. It seems to me like we might have a very brutal 3-0. Yeah,
it's unfortunate for Kahwiet, but it looks like this Druid deck was just not the right one to bring. It may have gotten him this far, but it's definitely not going to carry him to victory. And that is actually, let's see, if the Finley gives him Hunter.
It's lethal with Druid of the Saber.
Oh, look at that! I wasn't even paying attention to the Fandral potential. Silly me.
I don't think Fandral was even necessary. Druid of the Saber to charge, swipe, and hero power would have done the damage.
Yeah, I think I just didn't see the Saber, to be honest. Well, look at that. We see Icer with a quick 3-0 against Kahwiet, winning the 3rd place spot in the Good Gaming Celsius Free Roll Jackpot Open Tournament.